So now we can attach this to PIDOVE. Use emergency evolution. We only have one Unfezant in our deck. We can use opposing wings for 50. This video is sponsored by PTCGLstore.com, a great place for you to buy Pokemon TCG code cards. Before going to the video, please take a second to click that like button. And we're on the road to reaching 10,000 subscribers, so please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for all of your support, and I hope you enjoy the contents I put out in this channel. Hey guys, in today's video, we'll be showcasing this Unfezant from the Temporal Forces expansion set. Now what makes this Unfezant interesting really is its basic pre-evolution, PIDOVE. It has the ability Emergency Evolution. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon's remaining HP is 30 or less, you may search your deck for an Unfezant or Unfezant EX, put it onto this PIDOVE to evolve it, then shuffle your deck. This ability pretty much breaks the game's rules of evolution because you can technically evolve this PIDOVE into its stage 2 even during the turn you put it into play, and you don't need any rare candies in this deck. So ideally, you may wish to go second with this build, so you can start attacking with Unfezant as early as your first turn going second. The text on its ability does mention Unfezant EX, but as of right now, we don't have one in the game, so hopefully when it comes out, it will be awesome. So to utilize its ability, you will need to lower its HP down to 30. It has 50 HP, but we will be using the Calaminous Snowy Mountain. With this in play, whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their basic non-water Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So again, with PIDOVE only having 50 HP, you attach an energy to PIDOVE that will lower its HP down to 30, and now you can evolve it into Unfezant. One other good option to put damage counter on PIDOVE is actually the Gape Jawbog Stadium. When you put a basic Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. The only reason why I'm not using Gape Jawbog Stadium and I think Calaminous Snowy Mountain is better is because we're actually utilizing the Buddy Buddy Poffin. You search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less and put it straight to your bench. The fact that this puts your Pokemon straight to your bench, the Gape Jawbog Stadium is not going to be as effective as when you put the energy on your Pokemon while the Calaminous Snowy Mountain is in play. So now that we're experts on evolving this PIDOVE, let's take a look at the new Unfezant. The stage 2 Pokemon has 0 retreat cost, which is worth noting, and I really like its first attack, Opposing Winds. For 2 colorless energies, it deals 70 damage, after which you may also put 2 energies attached to your opponent's active Pokemon into their hand. So this attack is actually really disruptive. And to power up its attack, we're actually going to utilize the Double Turbo Energy, which counts as 2 colorless energies, but it will lower your attack by 20 damage. And the fact that Unfezant's attack is really low, I will be utilizing this A-Spec card, Maximum Belt. You can only have 1 A-Spec card in your deck, but this is great because it adds 50 damage to your attacks against an EX Pokemon. And since you will be going against a lot of EX Pokemon in the game, this will really help to increase Unfezant's attack damage output. And since we are removing energies from our opponent's Pokemon, I thought it would be really neat to add this Minun in this build, thanks to its ability Buddy Pulse. As long as you have Puzzle in play, each time your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to their Pokemon, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. And it is worth noting that you can actually use Puzzle to attack as well. For 2 colorless energy, plus damage deals 10 plus damage and 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this attack potentially doubles the damage on your opponent's Pokemon. So with this Minun in play, you're looking at adding damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon each time they reattach their energies. While Unfezant has a very disruptive first attack, it also has a very strong second attack called Boundless Power. For 3 colorless energy, it deals 180 damage, and during your next turn, this Pokemon cannot attack. However, since this Pokemon has 0 retreat cost, you can technically just switch between your Unfezants and keep attacking with Boundless Power every turn. And to power up its attack, I also have Reversal Energy. It normally counts as 1 colorless energy, but if your opponent has taken more prizes than you, and this energy is attached to your evolved non-rule box Pokemon, it will count as 3 energies of every type instead. But with limited energies available in this deck, I also have Energy Lotto. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal an energy you find there, put it into your hand. This will help increase the probability of you finding the energy you need when you need it most. And to recover our cards, I have Celine. You flip 2 coins, and for each heads, you can put a card from your discard pile to the top of your deck in any order. This is also great for recovering your special energies. To further amplify our disruption strategies, I have a full set of Crushing Hammers. With a successful coin flip, you can discard 1 energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. I'm also using 1 copy of Airy. Your opponent reveals their hand and you can discard up to 2 item cards you find there. And finally, I also have a copy of Hand Trimmer. Each player discard cards from their hand until they have 5 cards left. Realistically though, you're not going to win every game with this deck. Among other things, you're going to lose to the likes of Excalibur Engine because they can just keep reattaching those energies that you put back in their hand, and you'll also lose to decks that use Mist Energy or Toedscruel EX because they can prevent effects of attacks, and also against high HP 1 energy attackers like Torterra EX because even if you remove an energy, they can just put it back to their Pokemon and keep attacking. But with that said, this build can be a lot of fun against other matchups. This build is actually not half bad. Being able to evolve into Unfezant on your very first turn is really great, and the disruption is real. And I'm excited for whatever Unfezant EX design that Pokemon comes up with. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. Now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing PIDOVE and Unfezant. Alright, on to our first match. PIDOVE. Let's go ahead and put PIDOVE in the active spot. We got Flustle. We won the coin flip, and I've opted to go second. I like going second with this build because obviously PIDOVE can evolve on your first turn, going second, and you can energize, start attacking your first turn actually. As long as you have the Snowy Mountain, you're good. And going second allows you to also use your supporter cards, supporter trainer cards, to draw into more cards. So that's mostly the reason why I like going second. Let's go ahead and use our Hisuian Heavy Ball. We got a PIDOVE. Perfect. One is prized. PIDOVE is good. And I really don't want to use up these energies yet because we need the Snowy Calamitous Mountain to evolve into our Unfezant. I'll go ahead and use Iono. That will help out my opponent though, but that's fine. Okay. I'll just end my turn here for now because attaching an energy is pretty much useless, and I can use Ultra Ball next turn to get a Bibarel, draw more cards that way, and go from there. Okay, my opponent has a Bibarel. Gardenia's Vigor. Okay. Ultra Ball. What are they using? Elegant. Okay, interesting. Dance gracefully, draw cards until they have 6. Leave step, okay. Interesting. So far I have Iono in the discard pile, so I don't know if Celine is gonna be useful, so we just have to discard that. We're going against a V Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure they have an EX Pokemon in this build, so I'll keep Maximum Belt on hand for now. Let's see how it goes. Counter Catcher. I'm trying to see which one I can kind of discard here. I could just put this Maximum Belt because I don't know if they have an EX Pokemon just yet. And then I could just sacrifice Celine. I don't want to, but I'll have to sacrifice Celine. And what can I use here? Hand Trimmer. Let's just get rid of those two. Get a Bibarel. Evolve this. And then we're gonna Industrious Incisors for 2. Okay. Interesting. Okay, get rid of these two to get a Squovit. Squovit, give me something good, please. Another Bidoof. Alright, that could be useful. Just gonna my turn. Having two Bibarels in play could be very useful, since we can evolve into an Unfezant in a single turn. We should be fine having one slot. That way we can put a Minoon on the bench as well. They are slowly energizing this Capsicid. I have a feeling this is the mill deck, so we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful how we play this out. But energizing their Pokemon is going to be our disruption, right? We're gonna disrupt them so that they cannot attack. So we need to set up as soon as possible. We need to get rid of this Bibarel. That way they can't draw into any more cards. And then we'll take care of the rest. Alright, so my opponent doesn't do anything. We got double turbo energy. Let's use Industrious Incisors. Where in the world are my calamitous mountains? Don't be ridiculous. Give it to me, please. Alright, we got one. Now we need an energy. So stupid. Buddy Poppin. Give me that Minoon, please. Put that into play. Give me an energy. Okay, well, I'm gonna end my turn here. They still need to get this Bibarel out of the active spot anyways. Alright, they have a pretty good lineup. At least Minoon is taking effect, as well as the Calamitous Snowy Mountain. And yeah. Alright, that actually took out Capsicid. That's awesome. Okay. I will take that. That is awesome. Good thing we were able to set up Minoon and that Snowy Mountain. Awesome. Now they have to watch out how much energy they put into play now. Buddy Poffin for another Capsicid. Earthen Vessel. Two more energy. Gardenia's Vigor. Again, if you use Gardenia's Vigor, you will take damage. Alright, Bibarel takes damage as well. Ultra Ball for another Bibarel, maybe. No, Scovillain. Scovillain. Let's see how much damage they do. 140. Come on, man. 140. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Not Cynthia's Ambition. Oh! Fine. Now we have to worry about retreating our Pokemon here. Let me put this Bidoof. Arvin. Seeing Heavy Ball, okay. What can Arvin do for us? What can Arvin do for us? Can get us. Let's see. Can get us a PIDOVE. Draw 5 with Bibarel. Okay. can reversal energy on this PIDOVE. And then 140, man, okay. Well, I'm gonna use Super Rod, because if they attack, we're just gonna lose everything. Might as well just discard these two. Ah, there's no more barrel. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna end my turn. I'm going to end my turn. Gardenia's Vigor. Go ahead, attach it to the Scovillain or Popsicle. Nope. Alright. You had to think twice. Okay, that's fine. We will use... Oh, we lost the Crushing Hammer. I was actually gonna look for that. But we only lost one, so we should be fine. We're slowly dying here, but at least we can use the reversal energy now. But we're gonna slowly just... We're just gonna slowly slow down their Scovillain EX by removing their energies. PIDOVE, perfect. Put that PIDOVE there. Draw 5. Crushing Hammer. Perfect. Let's get rid of this one. Discard that. Use Airy. Get rid of their recovery item. That's actually really good. Alright. Emergency evolution for Unfezant. And just in case they're able to attack, I could... No, that's fine. Opposing Wind to get rid of those energies. Away you go, back into your hand. And what could be useful here is the hand trimmer, actually. Make them discard their hand down to 5, but we need a Scovillain to recover that. And maximum belt could be very useful, actually. But we'll see. We'll see how well we do here. We can use Gardenia's Vigor. They need a switch card, so they need 2 energies to this Scovillain EX. Alright. Minun will take effect, dealing 40 damage. They need a switch. They're down to their last 10 cards on their deck. Do they have any switching cards? This question. I think they're going for a kamikaze type strategy here. They're just planning to continue to attack with Scovillain, but without that... they have Palpad. Alright, Airy. Yeah, they cannot attack. Great. But we have Super Rod, so we can recover. And then... let me go and see if we can get Palpad. Celine! Bro, I needed you, and you showed! Come on, give me heads, please! 2. Okay. That's fair. Is it? Is it, though? Is it fair? That's the question. Palpad. Recover 2 Celines back to the deck. And we're going to use Energy Lotto. Get a double turbo energy to put on this PIDOVE while we have the Snowy Mountain available. And we're going to evolve into another Unfezant. It's very nice. And while we're able to 190, okay. we're gonna use Boundless Power while we can, right? So now it is at a brink of death. If they attach an energy to this Scovillain EX, it will die. Their Airy is useless. And this grabber is not doing anything. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything for my opponent. And that's what we like. Nest Dash. Double Turbo Energy. Industrious Incisors. Crushing Hammers is great. Perfect. Look at that. With no recovery items, they are going to lose this game, man. Okay. I think we are good, man. I'm just going to end my turn, actually. Just gonna end my turn. Because once they start attacking with another Scovillain, we're just going to remove them. And their area is so useless. We don't have any item cards in our hand. Yes. Yes. We are gonna win this. This Scovillain is useless. Celine, yes. Come on, give me something. Alright, we got one. We got one. What did we need here? What did we need? Hand trimmer? Maximum belt. Maximum belt is really useful. Oh, they conceded! No! Alright, so in this matchup, we are going second. We're going to start with the PIDOVE in the active spot. We have Calamitous Snowy Mountain, which is really great. And we are going second in this matchup. Alright, looks like we're going against an Ancient Box. My opponent will start with a Roaring Moon EX in the active spot. Nest Ball. Alright, they're using the Dunsparce in this one. Interesting. Radiant Greninja. Great for discarding the card to draw 2 cards. But it also sets up for energy acceleration to their Dark type Pokemon if they have Dark Patch. So now it's our turn. We got Buddy Buddy Poppin', which is great for setting up our PIDOVE. And we might as well set up our Minun and Plusle. And then what we could do is use Arven to get another Buddy Buddy Poppin'. And we'll try and set up at least another PIDOVE. We have Ultra Ball. Next turn we can get a Bibarel. So for now, I think I'll just get another PIDOVE. And since it's our first turn going second, we can actually attack. So with the Calamitous Snowy Mountain in play, we can attach this Double Turbo Energy to our PIDOVE. That will put 2 damage counters. Now we can use Emergency Evolution because we have 30 HP or less. We can evolve into Unfezant on our first turn, going second. So our attack will be reduced, but 50 hit damage is actually pretty significant. And the fact that my opponent has not charged up their Pokemon to attack yet, we might have another turn next turn so that we can keep attacking. Alright. The Dunsparce to draw 3, shuffle back to their deck. I must say, this Ancient Roaring Moon is actually really easy to power up, but setup is a little bit slow because they need a lot of Ancient type cards in the discard pile to increase its attack. Vengeance Fletching does attack 10 more damage for each Ancient card in your discard pile. So 70 plus. Okay, Earthen Vessel. It's So that's one. So as of right now, they're dealing 80 damage. Alright, Ancient Booster Energy Capsule to add HP. And Professor Sada. You can accelerate 1 energy to 1 Pokemon, draw 3. And since Arminoon and Plusle are in play, each time they attach an energy, that will put damage counters on their Pokemon. And Calamitous Snowy Mountain is actually going to help us out here as well, because a lot of their attackers are mostly basic Pokemon. So that's going to add damage counters. So 240. And we can use Opposing Winds to actually get rid of the energies on this active Pokemon. And that's going to help us prevent them from retreating. They can transfer that energy to their active though. But let's see if they can get this Roaring Moon EX out of the active spot. Let's see how many ancient cards they have. They have 4, so 7 plus 4, 111 or 110 damage. So our Unfezant should still be able to survive if they're able to attack with this Roaring Moon. But let's see how well my opponent sets up here. Looks like they're just going to probably retreat this Roaring Moon EX. Alright, Calamitous Snowy Mountain and Minoon takes damage. They have 200 HP left. And we got another PIDOVE. Alright, great. I could sacrifice these two. Get the barrel. Then we can draw 4 with the Industrious Incisors. Awesome. And we have Crushing Hammers. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Maybe we can take energy from that Roaring Moon, but we failed. And, I'll put another PIDOVE in play. I think we're going to be, we have to be a little bit aggressive here. I'm going to go ahead and just use Opposing Winds for now. Let me just attach an energy while I have the chance to use Calamitous Snowy Mountain. And then, just going to use Opposing Winds to deal 50 damage. And then remove their energies from their Roaring Moon EX, put it back to their hand. So if they use, I don't know if they use a lot of switching cards here, but this Roaring Moon will be stuck in the active spot. They've used up 2 Dark Patches already. 1 Professor Sada's Vitality. So they can definitely attach and use that to accelerate energy. But putting those energies back to their hand is helpful, because Professor Sada can only be used if an energy is in the discard pile. But this Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards is helping them out to do that, actually. But they're going to use Explorer's Guidance. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck, put 2 of them in your hand, discard the other cards. Very nice setup. And each card that is ancient will add to the damage of this Roaring Moon. And we're just going to try and disrupt them, basically. If they cannot attack, it's gonna be hard for them. So they've discarded 3 Dark Patches already. And Artisan probably gonna get another Dunsparce. Alright, very nice. So Minoon is Minoon is actually really great. I didn't have one in my previous builds with this one, but I think it's a great addition. I was actually thinking of using Gengar EX instead, but having one of and then having to use Rare Candy to set it up is a little bit clunky, so I just went with this one. I think it's a lot better. Alright, so we got Cynthia's Ambition. We can actually take a knockout here. let's see. Could take a knockout. Let me go ahead and use emergency evolution. Evolve into Unfezant. And then... yeah, I could just take a knockout here. Get 2 prizes. And then... just gonna retreat. I'll save Cynthia's Ambition just so we're sure we can get the cards that we need later on. Let's draw 3 with our Bibarel. And I'm just gonna take a knockout. 160. Yep, that's enough to knock out their Roaring Moon EX. Getting us 2 prizes. Alright, Unfezant. Not too bad. We'll take 4 and 5. Maximum belts. Even better. Alright. So with that, again, we can disrupt this Roaring Moon. Even though it has 200 HP, we can remove its energies and just go from there. Alright, Professor Sada's Vitality. And we're gonna be fine, because my opponent's taking 1 prize at a time, and we're taking 2 against the Roaring Moon EX. And we're gonna be disrupting them. As long as we can continue to disrupt them. I mean, their resources are dwindling down. They've used up 2 Professor Sada and 3 Dark Patches, so we should be okay. And we have Calamitous Snowy Mountain. That's actually been the most difficult aspect of this build, is finding that stadium so we can put that damage counter on our PIDOVE to evolve it. But so far it's been great. I'm going to take a knockout. Alright, so for now we're just going to stall. I will just put this Unfezant in the active spot. Use Artisan to get another PIDOVE. We should have 1 more. No, we have Scovillain. Alright, we have 1 more Unfezant. We'll need Super Rod to recover, and Hand Trimmer is going to be very useful here actually. So we'll play Artisan to get Scovillain. Calamitous Snowy Mountain. And we can put... I could save that Calamitous Belt, though. Just put this Reversal Energy on PIDOVE for now. I'll save the Maximum Belt when we need it most. Because we're dealing 180. We can use that against this Roaring Moon EX later. And... what else we can do here? We can use Cynthia's Ambition. Let's see if we can find that Hand Trimmer. Counter Catcher. Industrious Incisors. Alright, we didn't get it. We didn't get it, but that's okay. That's alright. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve this PIDOVE while our Unfezant is still in our deck. And we're just going to Opposing Winds. Discard or remove 2 energies from their active Roaring Moon. And now energizing is going to be a little bit difficult for my opponent. We have another Unfezant. We need to get our Super Rod to recover more Unfezants. Artisan, okay. So we're going to make it as difficult as we can for our opponent to attack. So as far as resources, they've used up all of their Dark Patches already, which is awesome. Professor Sada, they're not going to be able to use. They're going to use Explorer's Guidance. And with no energies, again, they cannot use Professor Sada. So actually, Unfezant's disruption is really helping out. Discarded a lot of cards here. But yeah, we're not doing too bad. All right. The disruption is real, guys. Unfezant can be very unpleasant. All right, they're able to discard an energy. They have 3 cards left in their deck. Can they recover them? That's the question, right? There's an energy. Can they switch out into this Roaring Moon? Prime Catcher, alright, that's fine. They're gonna go against our other Unfezant. We need to recover. We need to recover. But like I said, they're only taking 1 prize at a time, so we're pretty safe, I think. The question is, do they have switching cards? They're dealing 190 damage already, which we don't really mind, because really, Unfezant only has 130 HP with that initial 2 damage counters. Alright, Counter Catcher is still not taking an effect. Let's see what we can recover here. Maybe we can recover Arvin. Can have them discard their hand here. I'm just gonna go with Arvin. Leave Iono there. And we're going to Nestash. Because like we don't have any more lineup of PIDOVE and Unfezant. So we'll take out their Artisan. Draw 5. Come on. Alright, dude, that is awesome. This is great. So let's go ahead and use Hand Trimmer. Have them discard the cards from their hand until they only have 5 left. And we don't... This actually goes against both players. So each player discards cards from their hand until they have 5 cards in their hand. So we only have 4, so we are safe from that. Bro, that's a lot of cards. Alright, we are looking good. Super Rod's gonna help us recover our Pokemon. So let's go ahead and get these 3. Then we can recover 2 more Unfezants. Great. And then we can use Crushing Hammer to maybe take out 1 from Roaring Moon EX. But we failed. But for now, we're just going to use Opposing Winds. So what's nice about PIDOVE and Unfezant is that you can evolve in the very first turn that you put PIDOVE into play. So let's go ahead and disrupt my opponent here by putting 2 of their energies back to their hand. And meantime, they are losing cards from their deck. 2 more left. Do they have a switching card? They have a Boss's Orders. Alright, they're gonna stall with Bibarel. Can they take out our Bibarel is the question. Alright, Buddy Pulse is going to take effect, as well as the Calamitous Snowy Mountain. So, 1 more attachment. They're just gonna knock this guy out. So, there's no escape. There's no escape. And with little resources, I think it's gonna be... My opponent's gonna just lose this game. But yeah, there you guys have it. Unfezant is really... It's not one to mess around with. We got 1 Crushing Hammer at least, so we can discard 1 from their Roaring Moon EX. We can use Squovit, get rid of the Ultra Ball. We got Airy. Yo, Airy! Can we disrupt them? We can't. Okay, all they have is Professor Sada and 4 energies. I'm alright with that. At least we know what's in their hand. Buddy Poffin. That's awesome. PIDOVE. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, I'm just gonna have my turn. I can't get my barrel out of the active spot. They can take a prize, it's fine. We can use counter catcher. And again, if they put an energy to this Roaring Moon, their Roaring Moon, it's gonna knock it out. So not only do they remove, but it also knocks it out. Thanks to our Calamitous Snowy Mountain and Minoon's ability. So we got another prize for that. And with my opponent's cards dwindling down to just one left, can they take 4 prizes to win this game? There's a concession. Alright, good game. And that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and until next time, please stay safe and have a great day.